what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got a crazy video as usual. So in our last video, we went over an exposing video on a player named SerpentAU, a massive YouTuber from Australia who has over 500,000 subscribers. Now he was accused of using aimbot, macroing, faking clips, and a few other things. Well, today Serpent dropped a response video defending himself, and it seemed like overall after Serpent dropped his video, most of the community immediately switched to his side, until Tfue made a tweet tagging Serpent, telling him that his response video was dog crap. As well as that, we had SypherPK coming out on his stream today taking a look at the situation and voicing concerns about both EJ and Serpent's new video. Don't worry, I'm gonna break it all down for you guys in this video. Congratulations to yesterday's daily V-Buck and G Fuel giveaway winner. We have Solely Season. I have DM'd you on Instagram. All you gotta do is reply and show proof that you did like the last video and you are subscribed with all notifications on, and you'll be getting your G Fuel. And if you guys want a chance to win either V-Bucks or G Fuel like Solely just did, all you need to do is drop a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, turn all notifications on, then leave a comment with either your Instagram, your Twitter, or your Discord tag, and we'll be choosing the winner in the next video. Now, understandably, I know some of you don't want to wait to actually win a G Fuel giveaway and you just want to go buy it yourself. Well, if you do want to do that, use code KNG at checkout because you can get 30% off your entire order. Literally, guys, 30% off of everything. It doesn't matter what you get, whether it's a tub, a starter kit, their cans, energy rocks, you'll get 30% off everything using code KNG or the link down below in the description. Alright, so let's begin with Serpent's response video. He posted it 3 hours ago and it's titled, "I got exposed for cheating, my response." Now, the first thing I want to do is take a look at Serpent's response to the aimbotting accusations, because in my opinion, he disproves them and has an easy explanation as to why they looked fishy. Serpent also dropped a huge bomb in his video accusing EJ Ladd of working with Blaze FN, the well-known Fortnite hacker, on setting up a fake conversation in order to make Serpent look more guilty in EJ's video. Let's go ahead and roll it.
First off, one of his biggest accusations against me was that I had purchased and used a public aimbot. His evidence was DMs between him and one of the most known aimbot suppliers. The supplier had made it seem as if I had purchased aimbot from him. Before I show you me and the supplier's DMs, I'd like to point out that in EJ's first ever messages with this supplier, he doesn't call me by name, he just calls me by him, and the supplier just mysteriously knows that he's talking about me. This alone is more proof that the conversation between EJ and the aimbot supplier is not the first conversation they've had about me with each other. In the supplier's Fortnite aimbot Discord where he sells his aimbot, there's no channel to type in, so it's obvious that they planned out this conversation. On top of this, here are my full DMs on both Twitter and Discord with the supplier. That proves I never once asked about purchasing aimbot. I was only ever in contact with him to ask him about another pro Fortnite player accused of using his aimbot. I'll get to that soon. All the supplier wanted me to do was promote his services, to which I refused.
Now that doesn't look good for EJ. It does come across as if they did plan that. Now EJ did make a tweet trying to say that, oh, those were all of his DMs, it's just a misunderstanding. I don't know, it seems a little fishy, but he also said that Serpent saw proof, so we'll just leave that part there and we'll move on now, and let's take a look at where Serpent defended himself on his 360 spins, which apparently weren't 360 spins ever, even though EJ kept saying they were. Roll the clip.
In EJ's video, he also made the accusation that I used a program to perfect 360 flick with a macro and shoot with the same aimbot. This hand cam I'm about to show you proves that my flicks are 100% human with no type of macro or program running. Alright, so again, I have a final mouse, so it has no mouse software. And here's Razor Synapse again, no macros. And then back to Task Manager. You can go through this. Nothing. Alright, now to the flicks. I'm obviously not going to hit a flick first try. I don't hit every flick, but for the ones I do, I put in my videos. Here is also the slowed down recording of the previous flicks, showing the same flicks that EJ had slowed down from my videos and described as literal aimbot. The reason why my flicks look suspicious when you watch frame by frame is because people think that I'm shooting while doing a full 360, which is wrong. When I flick, I do a 180, shoot my gun, then 180 back to where my crosshair originally was. The muzzle flash of the gun I'm using, the actual gunshot, and the pellet indicator all don't sync up, which is something you can test for yourself.
So for me, like I said at the beginning of the video, this clears Serpent from aimbotting. I don't think he aimbotted. Those flicks match up exactly the same. They look weird, but that's because he's flicking. In EJ's video, he kept saying 360, 360. So I thought, okay, that's what they do. In creative, these YouTubers, they just do 360 clips. And I even sat there in my last video and I was like, it looks like he's just turning, shooting, and then turning back the same way. And that's why I thought it was aimbot, because it was supposed to be a 360 when in reality, it was never a 360. So I don't think he's aimbotting at all. Now this next portion gets even crazier. Serpent in his video accuses EJ Ladd of working with Kquid, the other Australian cheater who has not come up with a response or defense in over a month. So yeah, Serpent accused EJ Ladd of working with Kquid in order to try to take him down because Serpent exposed Kquid. Roll the clip.
Why would I not play in competitive tournaments and win money from aimbotting? He's making me out to be someone who scams their audience. Hacking in tournaments with detected aimbot sounds a lot like another one of EJ's friends, Kquid, who was perma-banned in the middle of FNCS. About a month ago, I exposed Kquid of the real reason why he was banned, showing actual proof of him having cheat files. Ever since then, he has been promising a response, but he hasn't said anything. Well, that's because he has been working with EJ to try to ruin my career for exposing him. It would make sense for him in this aimbot supplier that he is in contact with to try to tarnish my reputation like this.
Wow, major shots fired over there at Kquid, and he still hasn't replied. That's a whole nother topic. We'll move on from that. And now let's talk about the macro situation from EJ Ladd's video and then the response from Serpent's video, because this is where Serpent kind of loses me and also loses people like Tfue and SypherPK. Let's go ahead and roll his response to using macros.
Before I end this video, I do want to state one thing that EJ got right. Back in early September 2019, a creative player started posting videos of him using an insta-edit method on Twitter. I asked him about this in DMs and he explained how it works and how he'll clickbait with it and use it. At the time, I had about 2k subs and averaged roughly 2k views a video. This concept was not a big thing at all back then and it was completely new to the community. I thought it would be a good video idea to use it for a clip. Immediately after that video, I realized I had potential with my YouTube career and I knew I didn't want to build my brand around deceiving my audience. Since the 5 seconds of me using the exploit in my video, I decided to take responsibility and only post videos with my own edits, which have all been completely legit, as shown in my videos and the hand cam.
Now this was at the very end of Serpent's response video. He saved it for last to admit that yes, I did use macros, but hey, I only used it once for one video, which I don't know if I believe, and neither does Tfue or SypherPK. We'll get back into that, but first we got to get a little bit more context, so let's rewind in Serpent's response video and show a clip where he's editing with a hand cam trying to prove that, oh look, I can edit fast here. Let's roll the clip.
As for his claims of me using edit macros, he has also some hand cams of me doing the same spam editing as shown in all of my videos. Alright, so I have a Final Mouse which has no mouse software. I have a Razer keyboard, and on my Razer sign up says, you don't have any macros yet, so I don't have any macros on this. And if you go to my task manager, we have no other applications, no remappers, nothing. Yep, and if you go to my settings in Fortnite, alright.
Now up until this point in Serpent's video, I was 100% on his side, but once he showed this and said, oh, I only used macros one time in my career, here's proof, and then showed a 5-second clip of him editing a cone without in-game footage, just from a camera looking into a monitor from like 4 feet away. It just rubbed me the wrong way, and it was also fishy to SypherPK and Tfue, which led to Tfue calling out Serpent on Twitter again, saying this: at SerpentAU, recreate one of your previous videos with a full cam, easy proof. And I don't understand why he just didn't do that in this video anyways. You have the whole entire community hating on you. If I were in that position, I would do everything in my power, recreate every single video I ever made with a hand cam to show that I can do it and it wasn't macros. But instead he just showed that lousy 5-second clip, which was being recorded by a phone 4 feet away from a monitor. And SypherPK expressed the same concern on his stream earlier when he watched the video. Roll the clip.
Where he's showing the flicks.
Software.
He has gameplay and the camera side by side, right? And then when he's showing the editing, it's just the camera, right? And it's not the gameplay is through the monitor, right? It's through the monitor. And because we're watching it through the monitor, through a camera, it's kind of hard to really see the speed at which he's doing this. Like it's obviously really, really fast, but I don't know why he didn't, like, it would have been better for him to show this and the gameplay like he did earlier in the video, instead of just showing the camera here. Like if I was him, he really should make his next video should just be him doing a bunch of crazy edits and stuff and flick shots and with a hand cam. I feel like that's his best bet. Like this still has a lot of doubt in it. I feel like, at least for me, somebody who's like doesn't really have, I don't really know this guy, I don't really know the other guy, I have no bias, I don't watch any of their content, so I feel like in my mind, like this guy could be innocent, he still could be guilty. I mean, he obviously used macros at one point.
So I completely agree with everything that SypherPK is saying here. I think he needs to do a hand cam with a full game where he does do a bunch of crazy editing like he does in his usual videos. But let's move on from that, and let's all remember that Serpent literally admitted saying that, yeah, I did use macros once. So he did break the Fortnite rules at one point. But are we just supposed to believe him that he only did it once, especially after it blew him up? Let me go ahead and roll a clip from SypherPK's stream where he explains why it's really hard to believe that.
He used macros on a video, and that was his most popular video at the time. Like it popped off, right? Was it this one? Was it this one?
Yo, what's up, guys? If you're in the
So he said he was using macros in this video. He said so in his video, that he was using macros to pull off these edits, right? So this whole video is like basically him using macros for a little bit, right? So imagine you make a video, you're using macros, it's your most popular video at the time, it pops off, you start gaining a lot of new viewers and subs because of how popular your video became. Do you stop using macros after the video pops off? Like nobody knew that this was macros. Most people just were like, man, this guy can edit really fast. Obviously this whole video is him using macros, so it's not even his actual editing speed. Do you stop after you like you go unnoticed, right? You go unnoticed, you have a very popular video, you start exploding in popularity, and then you stop using the macros? I don't know, if I was a kid and I pulled this off and no one thought I was cheating, I would keep doing it.
And again, all I can say is I agree completely with SypherPK. It's really hard to take his word for it that, oh, yeah, you definitely only used macros once, when a lot of his videos look like that, and his proof of only using a macro once was that weird 5-second clip of him editing a cone through an Android 4 feet away from his monitor. If he really wants to prove himself, like Tfue said, he needs to recreate his old videos with a hand cam and with full raw gameplay in the same video. So he's cleared from aimbotting, but I'm not so sure that he's cleared from not using his macros for multiple videos. Let me know what you guys think down below in the description. That's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. I'm out of here. Peace.